Nintendo's being strange, and I bet they're hiding something. They're hiding something big, locked behind closed doors. Now, may this be a game, may this be some sort of video, may this be an announcement for a brand new project. But overall, this is something very, very interesting because ever since the Nintendo Switch 2, it seems like Nintendo is just holding back and not really being the true power of Nintendo. You know, bringing out Nintendo Directs and different things that makes everyone excited, and also the release date for upcoming games. Because right now, ever since the Nintendo Switch 2, we've gotten not very many release dates, and this is kind of worrying and also very sad because honestly, I like being excited for games because it makes you sit there and you're like, oh my, I'm so excited, and you're getting up and you're like doing the boogie and you're super excited about the upcoming game. But right now, it's just like, okay, so we don't have a release date for Metroid Prime 4. We don't have a release date for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Nor do we have a release date for Splatoon Raiders or whatever. They could have at least done some time in, whatever, an upcoming month at least. But we don't have that. But I guess maybe that is a good thing because then they're not going to force through the development time. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, well, am I going to sell half my things to barter for this game, or am I just not gonna bother with it? I don't know when the game's releasing. I want to know how to get Metroid Prime 4. When should I get this game? Like right now, it's really strange. And honestly, I think that Nintendo might be doing this purposefully. Maybe it's because that they want to keep everyone excited, just like they just randomly shadow dropped their Kirby Air Riders Direct, something that we've never really thought about. Okay, well, are we going to be seeing this right now? Honestly, if it were to my best guess, I honestly thought that we were going to see this in a Nintendo Direct. But it turns out, 45-minute Direct just out of the blue. No leaks, no nothing. Didn't even think that this was going to happen. Well, it's happening. But I think in terms of game, I think that they're really hiding a big game. Because you gotta believe it that they just randomly also shadow dropped a new Splatoon game out of thin air, out of nowhere on the Nintendo Today app. Which is like, what? Why would you do that? What happened? So ever since the Nintendo Today app, could this be the source of what's causing all the ruckus? Or could this be something else? Because if you look at that app very closely, you can see a lot of different games that are proving to see the light of day after a long time of being hid away. One game in particular is Super Mario Bros. Wii. Now this is a game that Nintendo has shown off on Nintendo Today multiple times, and this is very interesting to me because could the collection of 2D Mario actually be true? Because if you look at the Nintendo Today, you can see new Super Mario Bros, the original, new Super Mario Bros Wii at some points, and you also at other different times you saw new Super Mario Bros 2. But this might not mean anything because we also saw Mario Galaxy 2 multiple different times, and this is really interesting. And also we saw other things for the Legend of Zelda series, like the Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds and Ocarina of Time. Some things for Twilight Princess as well. But I think that this is Nintendo because you gotta remember that Nintendo Today is mostly supposed to be a behind-the-scenes Nintendo news app that they share once per day all the upcoming news. But if there's not really any upcoming news, are they secretly planning something big? Or is it just nothing and we're looking into this too deeply? I think it could be a little bit of both. I think in terms of them just sharing random gameplay and also random tips and tricks on a game that is 20 years old is really interesting to me. Can this game finally make its return on the Nintendo Switch 2? Or is this just like, you know what, we're gonna do this because maybe someone wants to go out, buy themselves a Wii, and also try to find the game for more or less $100 or so. So, I think that maybe we can be seeing some games that they showed off in Nintendo Today. If you go and take a look on the application, chances are your things are going to be different than mine. For me, I mostly have Mario and The Legend of Zelda, but that's probably what I set it to be. You can probably look at this application and you'd be like, okay, so yeah, maybe we're going to be seeing this game, and this game. Some ideas of maybe getting ready for the 40th anniversary of Mario, getting everyone excited to finally play these games. But I think it's much more than that. I think they're definitely hiding something bigger. Something that probably, honestly, is probably going to be a collection of some sort. Could this be a 2D Mario collection? Could this be a 3D Mario collection? Because by the looks of it, well, I don't have any pictures to show you, so I'm very, very sorry. But if you look at the Nintendo today, I don't have a capture card on my phone, and plus my phone is like 20 years old. But if you look at the application, you see different things for either Mario, The Legend of Zelda, probably other things. But right now, let's stick on Mario and The Legend of Zelda. These things seem to be very connected. So it leads me to believe that we're probably going to be seeing some sort of remaster for one of these games, because Nintendo themselves wants you to play these games, because what's the point of releasing tips and tricks on a game that you can't even buy anymore? So I think that this right here is something that they're probably going to do. Like, honestly, Super Mario Wii, that makes sense for the 40th anniversary of Mario. Tips and tricks on The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, how to get yourself the, I think it's the bracelet, is really, really interesting. Why would you do that if, again, you can't buy it? And honestly, they shut down the servers for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. So it really looks to be like we're going to be seeing that. And honestly, the fact of not even releasing any release dates for their upcoming games is showing something. Because usually Nintendo will like to release a game once per month. But we're not really seeing that, unless we're not seeing that trend right now, because they don't want to show us the release dates. I mean, right now we did kind of get one every single month, because if you look at it, we got in June Mario Kart World, in July Donkey Kong Bonanza, and also in September, that is yet to be seen, or actually in August. We didn't even get an August game now to think about it. But overall, it seems to be something that we're probably going to be seeing at some point. I mean, if you count the DLC for Kirby the Forgotten Land, Star-Crossed Worlds, or even Drag X Drive, that could be a possibility. September, could this be for the 40th anniversary of Mario? Or could this be Metroid Prime 4? December, could this be something for maybe a Christmas time? Because our Christmas game right now is looking to be Kirby Air Riders, because Nintendo's just like, you know what, yeah, we're gonna do this. So this is a very interesting thing. And also, if you look at the eShop, Nintendo doesn't seem to like to put their games on sale very often, and all of a sudden the games are on sale, and it's really very interesting. Like Kirby and the Triple or the Dream Team, whatever, is on sale, which is really, really interesting. So it's like, okay, so we're gonna put our games on sale, we're gonna allow players to get the game for cheaper, and now maybe are they finally going to be like, okay, so we're gonna release this game for this price, and maybe that's the whole thing. We're gonna finally let the players get our games for cheaper, and we're gonna charge them a bigger amount for them. Overall, it's a very interesting thing. I think that we're definitely going to be seeing something that's been hidden behind closed door. It's probably going to be a shadow drop at some point, because we haven't really seen it, unless it's put into a Nintendo Direct, which is most likely going to happen at either the end of October or the end of August, or the start of September, because of course we'll get the 40th anniversary of Mario coming up, and they're probably going to announce it via a Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct would include a bunch of different things, and I'm probably going to see, we're going to see the release dates for all the games. Now, in terms of third-party games, they seem to release the release dates by themselves. We're probably going to be seeing the release date for Hollow Knight Silksong and Hades 2. But in terms of Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, that's been one major game that we want to see. Doesn't seem like it's running the best on the Nintendo Switch 2, so maybe it's all over the place. Maybe we're not going to be seeing this until later in the year. It does say it's still going to be coming out 2025, but who knows at this point. Overall, I just think that it's a really, really weird and random thing that Nintendo is just like definitely not the same as it once was. And also the fact of getting a whole bunch of different Nintendo Directs that's not even a general Direct is really interesting. It's like they're trying to put all the other games that people don't really necessarily care the most about into different Directs, so then they can have a general Direct about everything that everyone likes about. Because the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct themselves was actually one of the greatest Direct that we've seen in a long time, because of the fact that it had a whole bunch of games that we were really, really excited about, or actually didn't even know about, for example. It was just really, really cool. And now that we're getting First of all, the Mario Kart World Direct. Then we got a partner showcase, also a Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct, Kirby Air Rider Direct, Indie World presentation. It's finally time to see a Direct. It looks like Nintendo's new strategy now is to just show gameplay for the game, because honestly, I think it's probably the best strategy. Now that the games are $80, $70, probably going to be $90 at some point, might as well show a giant Direct to allow players to test out this game, then carry on and move on with your day, because it's really cool. Anyways, what do you think about this? Do you think Nintendo's holding a game hostage, holding it behind closed doors? Or do you think it's not so true? And another thing that I want to quickly cover on, is the Nintendo GameCube application. Now, this is really strange. There's so many games that could be releasing to this platform, but Nintendo's just holding them hostage once again. Like, one great example could be Kirby Air Rides for the Nintendo GameCube, because then it allows players to play that game, try it out to see if they like Kirby Air Riders. If they don't, that's unfortunate. See, it would allow players to test them out. Another game that you could probably say that, hey, we could probably see, hopefully, right, Nintendo, is maybe some more Mario Kart, like Mario Kart Double Dash. Am I right? I would love to see Mario Kart Double Dash. Please, Nintendo, bring it back. I want to see it. And maybe Super Smash Bros. Melee, because we know that we're not going to be seeing a Super Smash Bros. Game in a long time. So bring Super Smash Bros. Melee to the Nintendo Switch 2. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. And with that being said, see you in the next one. Nintendo's weird, right? Do we agree? We agree.